In this video, we'll look at another example of trig graphs. We're going to start by trying to find the missing letters, and this one's slightly weirder or trickier than normal. What we notice that we have a turning point here. They say that there's a turning point here, which is quite crucial because then we know it's going to be going back up. The other thing is, if you're missing two letters, you can sub in 2 points, and so in this case it would be this point, minus 45, minus 1, and 0, 0. But if I chuck 0 in for B, it will completely wipe out everything and leave me with 0. So that's a bit redundant and not helpful. And so what I've got to realize is, and I always find it's helpful to just draw a rough picture of a parent graph. It takes me a few seconds. So a sine graph should look something like this. And if I was going back, this is my line 0. If I was going back, then I notice that this point would come at minus 90 and minus 1. And so I see, oh, it's happening twice as often. And so for starters, that helps you to know that B is 2x, because it's happening twice as often as what it should. That then leaves us missing one letter, and when you're missing one letter, you can sub in 1 point. And so if I sub in the point, minus 45 minus 1, I'm going to do it just on the side here. The y value is minus 1. The x value is minus 45, which gives us minus 90. Sine of minus 90 is minus 1, and therefore a is just 1. So I've got a and I've got b. I personally like to always finish a question, even if they're just asking A and B, by writing it back in its normal standard form. And so that's my graph for future questions. Then they asked me to draw this, and I'm going to just punch this into my calculator using table method. I'm going to do step 45, and I get out all my points. So minus 180 and 0. Minus 135 and 1, 90 and 0, minus 45 they gave us, 0 they gave us, 45 and 1, 90 and 0, and you start to see the pattern. You can watch my previous video on how to use your calculator to draw a graph. So there I've got my A and B, I've drawn my graph. Hence, determine the values of x for which the derivative is less than 0 between 0 and 180. So they only want me to look in this domain. That's important bit of info. And then this can feel really tricky to somehow suddenly get derivatives in the middle of a paper 2, in the middle of trig graphs. But actually, once you realize that this just means the gradient derivative is the gradient of the tangent, and so for the gradient to be less than 0, it's in English, it's literally just asking us, where is it going downwards? Where is it decreasing? And so in this region, where is it decreasing? It's decreasing from there to there, and so I get to just write my answer. It's from 45 until 135. They didn't want it to be or equal to, so I won't do it or equal to, and that's just my answer. I hope that you found that helpful. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks.